Hello and welcome back. So in this series we were talking about mindset of electronics and we have also discussed about sensors. So if you haven't seen that already, you may find the link here. Today we will be discussing about microcontrollers. So far we have seen that how any electronic product can be broken down into three different segments: collecting the information from sensors, taking a decision with microcontrollers, and executing it with an actuator. So far we have discussed how a sensor works. So in this video we will be discussing about microcontrollers. So let's start with what is the exact work of microcontroller. We are expecting a microcontroller to take a decision on behalf of us, given that we are providing it enough data with the sensors. So what we are basically talking here is a processing unit. So let's dive deeper into what is the processing unit and what are the different segments into it. So earlier when computers were invented, when processing units were being made, the first thing that we had was processors. But those processors were only made to process things. But later, while making complex electronics, we also required a lot of peripherals like timers, interrupts, and many other technical details. So what happened with the evolution of electronics, microcontrollers were made in junction with all these peripherals so that cohesively they made microcontrollers. This was the difference between microprocessor and a microcontroller. But there is also one more term going around in the market, and that is microcomputers. So now let's discuss what is the main difference between microcontroller and a microcomputer and when to use which. Talking about electronics, we have two different applications. One is an embedded system and the other is a general purpose computing. When we talk about a washing machine, you never asked like what is the RAM of my washing machine or what is the storage space of my washing machine, because it has only one task to do, and that is to wash your clothes. This is the exact definition of an embedded system. So when you are making an embedded system, something that has a very specific task to do, then you aim for a microcontroller. Microcontrollers are task specific and allows us to focus on the intricacies that we are trying to solve without getting into further details, while it also allows us for further expansion in terms of software capabilities and also a few hardware capabilities, so that we have the room for further development. On the other hand, microcomputer is a general purpose device that doesn't have any specific task dedicated to it, and you expect anything and everything from it. A classic example for a microcomputer is your mobile phone, and this is exactly why you focus more on RAM, storage, processing speed and all when you are trying to buy a microcomputer like this, because these technical details determine the boundary of a microcomputer, what all things can be done through this. And when we are designing for anything and everything, we need a microcomputer for that. Alright, so this was the difference between microcontrollers and microcomputers. So now when you are making an electronic product, most of the cases when we are making a product that is specific, we will opt for microcontrollers. But when we are unsure about the boundaries, that what all can be made, specifically when we are designing something like a phone or a video game console, then we have to go for a microcomputer. The classic examples that are available in market are, for microcontrollers we have Arduino, and for microcomputers we have Raspberry Pi. So I hope that was clear, and in your next project choose your controllers or computers wisely and keep creating. Bye.